Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Line Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Max's Astra Militarum. So the story that we've got going on here today is that this planet decided that it was out on the fringes of the Imperium, only getting visited maybe once in a century, and they decided that it was unfair that they had to follow the rules of the Imperium, and they decided to declare themselves independent, thinking that the Imperium wouldn't really care and wouldn't really take notice. But unfortunately for them, notice was taken, and it was decided to make an example of them that you must fall in line to the Imperium or face the consequences. And the Dark Angels were sent in to go bring this planet back in line underneath the Imperial rule. So that's the story that we've got going on. We are going to be playing the Emperor's Will objectives, which is there are two objectives, one right here and one right there. You may notice that those objectives are actually Glacial Geek objectives. These are made by Hammerhead Games. I'm working with them so that you can actually go and pick them up. There's a set of objectives that they have here. They've got a command point turn thingy, whatever, I don't know what to call it. Dial, there we go, command point dial to keep track of the command points. They also have other cool accessories. They've got the army tray that I've shown that they've done. They're gonna have that with the Glacial Geek logo. They also have this, which is a multi-tool, which is awesome measuring tool. So basically, they've got a bunch of different sides. So this long side here is 9 inches. So when you're doing deep strikes, boom, you know exactly 9 inches there. It's got 3 inches here for pile-ins and also for heroic interventions. You've got 6 inches for your usual base movement, and you've got 2 inches for determining unit coherency. So pretty awesome, cool tool there, and it's got the Glacial Geek logo on it, which is always super cool. But yeah, so that's the mission, and that's the story, and I've got the link is in the description below where you guys can go get them. It's pretty awesome. So that is the story that we got going on here. That is the mission we got going on here. Before I go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a spearhead detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Azrael, a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword and plasma pistol, and a Primaris lieutenant with a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle. We have 3 5-man scout squads with bolters. We have a 5-man reaver squad with grav chutes and combat knives. We have a land speeder with an assault cannon and a heavy flamer. We have a 5-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. Then for the spearhead detachment, we have a Talon Master. We have a Whirlwind with Vengeance launchers. We have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 las cannons. We have a 6-man Devastator squad with 4 multi-meltas. We have a drop pod. And last but not least, we have a 10-man Hellblaster squad. So for the Astra Militarum, he'll be running 2 battalion detachments with the Katachan Regiment. We have, for the first battalion detachment, 2 company commanders, one with a las pistol and chainsword, and one with a las pistol and power fist. We have 3 10-man infantry squads. We have 3 5-man Tempestus Scion squads. One squad has a sergeant with a power sword and a hotshot las pistol, and 2 melta-guns and 2 hotshot las guns in that squad. Another squad has a sergeant with a power sword, hotshot las pistol. There are 2 plasma guns and 2 hotshot las guns in that squad, and the third squad has 4 hotshot las guns, and the sergeant has a power fist and a bolt pistol. We have a Hellhound with track guards. And for the second battalion detachment, here we have a Plasma Executioner tank commander with heavy bolter and plasma cannon sponsons, and a company commander with a chainsword and las pistol. We have 3 10-man infantry squads with grenade launchers in each. We have a Master of Ordnance and an Astropath. We have another Hellhound with track guards and a heavy flamer. We have a 3-tank Wyvern squadron. We have 3 Scout Sentinels, 2 with multi-lasers and 1 with an autocannon. We have 2 Armored Sentinels with plasma cannons. And last but not least, we have 3 Basilisks. Alright, so those are the armies going over deployment right now. We've got my 5-man Black Knight squad here, Talon Master here, and Land Speeder back here. I've got my 5-man Scout squad here. There's another 5-man Scout squad in the building over here. Another 5-man Scout squad over here. We've got the Devastator squad with the last cannons here. Hellblasters. We've got the Lieutenant in the middle there, Lieutenant in the back here, Azrael here, and my Whirlwind over here. And in Deep Strike Reserve, we have my Reavers and my drop pod with the Devastator squad with the multi-meltas in it. Going over deployment now for the Astra Militarum. We've got a 10-man squad over here of troopers. We've got the 2 armored sentinels back over here. We got the company commander with the fist over here. We've got the astropath. We've got the tank commander. Another 10-man squad with the with one of the grenade launchers over here. 10-man squad in the front there. We've got another 10-man squad right behind them with grenade launchers. We've got one of the hellhounds over here. We've got another 10-man squad in over here. That also has the grenade launcher in it. And we have another 10-man squad over here. We've got the scout sentinels up here. The other hellhound over here. Other company commander over here. We've got the we've got the wyverns here and the basilisk here, and we have his master of ordnance in the back here, who will be his warlord. So that is deployment. As of right now, the Astra Militarum will be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No fill phase. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here. His scout sentinels shot up the board over here. They had moved before the game started and then moved up again during their movement phase up here. The Hellhounds moved up. This squad moved up here. These guys, I don't think moved up, right? These guys just stood back where they were? Yeah, they stood still where they were over here. So did all of these guys back over here. These guys moved up a bit. All of his artillery back there stood still. And these guys over here moved up a bit. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase, right? Yeah, the Astropath has the psychic. So we'll come back to the psychic phase. All right, so starting off, he is going to give psychic barrier to his tank commander over here. So looking for a 6. Not getting it with a 4. All right, gonna spend a command point to reroll that 1 into a 2. No, still not enough. His warlord trait gets him back a CP, but he does not get that there. All right, so that is it for the psychic phase. Into the shooting phase, his hellhound here is going to fire into my hellblasters over here. So his main cannon, his flame cannon there, is 2d6 auto hits. So getting 7 auto hits there. Catachan, he gets to re-roll that. Getting 6, so 11 auto hits. Pretty good. We'll come back to that. All right, so 11 hits. These are going to be strength 6 looking into toughness 4, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, so missing 2 of those, so that means that we are going to have a 9 saves to make. All right, so it's AP -1, +1 because they're in cover here, so looking for 3 ups. And I failed 3 of them, so it's 1 dead guy, +1 is wounded. All right, so now this hellhound is going to fire into my scouts. This one has a heavy bolter on it, so we're gonna go the number of shots on the with the green dice. They're going to be the these are going to be the number of shots from its main cannon here. So these are going to be 5 hits. You get to re-roll because of Catachan. Into 6 again. Wow, 1's into 6. That's pretty awesome. So that's going to be 10 auto hits from the flamer, and then we've got the 3. Why don't you roll the 3 to see if these hit from the heavy bolter? They're going to be 1 hit there because it's -1 because he moved there. All right, so we've got 10 hits from the flamer there, and then we've got the 1 hit from the heavy bolter. The white's the heavy bolter. These are all going to be wounding on 3s. So missing 4 of them. So there was 11 total hits. -4 means that we've got 7 hits that are coming in here. 7 wounds, all of them AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. So we've got 7 4-ups. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 is still alive. All right, so now over here we've got the multi-lasers and the autocannon. They're all going to be fired into my Devastator squad over here. So the whites are... White are multi-lasers, green are going to be the autocannon.
Hitting on 5.
Hitting on 5s because they moved. Getting 2 hits with the multi-laser there. These are now going to be strength, what is it? Strength 6?
AP -0.
AP minus nothing, so strength 6, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus nothing, so we've got 2 2-ups. Failed 1. All right, now the squad in here is going to fire into the lone scout up here. We're going to have 1 crack grenade, which is going to be the green die, and the rest are going to be the las gun shots that are coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Okay, getting 2 hits. These are going to be strength 3, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP nothing, so looking for a 3-up save. Yeah, he's good. Woo! All right, so now his tank commander is going to be firing into my bikers over here. We're gonna go with the main cannon first. Because he moved less than half, he gets to fire it twice. So we're gonna have 2d6 hits from the main cannon here. Or 2d6 shots. Woo! 12 shots. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so 12 shots hitting on 3s because he's a commander. Getting all hits. Oh boy, it's not looking good for my bikers. All right, so strength 7, toughness 5, looking for 3s to wound. Getting all but 2 wounds there. So that's going to be 10 wounds. All right, so they're AP -3 +1 because they are in cover over here. So it's going to be 10 5-up saves. Making one of them. Making one of them. Oh boy, that is 4 dead and 1 wounded. Oh boy. And now we have the 2 sponsons that are plasma cannons. So that is going to be 4 shots from those. Hitting on 3s because he's a commander still. And didn't move, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are strength 7 again. AP -3, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1, 2 wounds. AP -3 +1 because they're in cover, looking for 5-ups. And I fail him, he is dead. And that is first blood. All right, so now the Basilisk on the left there is going to start us off by firing into my Hellblasters. 2d6 shots, or rolling 2d6. Whoa, that was super cocked, that's crazy. So he gets to take the highest, so he's going to have the 4. Oh, reroll because of Catachan, so he's still going to take the 4 shots there. These are going to be 4 shots hitting on 4s.
Yes.
Getting 3 hits, strength 9, so looking for 2s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. These are AP minus what?
3.
AP -3, so 4-up invul save because of Azrael over there. And I failed 1, so it's, what is it, D3 damage, or D3 damage, so 1 goes through, so D3 damage. 3 damage, or 2 damage. Now the second one is going to fire into my whirlwind over here. So he's going to have roll 2d6 again. Taking the highest, re-rolling because of Catachan. So 5 shots are going to be coming in here. These are again going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 4 hits, pretty brutal. Strength 9, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds there. AP -3, so looking for 6-ups. Nope, not getting either of them, so 2d3 wounds. 1, 2, 3 wounds. And now the last one is going to fire into the whirlwind over here. So again, 2d6 shots, getting 6 shots, can't get better than that one. So that's going to be, these are going to be 6 shots hitting on 4s again. Getting, 1 hit. This is going to be strength 9, so wounding on 3s. That is a wound. Looking for a 6-up, showing that Phil first. Oh, come on, so close. Nope, does not happen. So D3 wounds, sir. 2 wounds. And now the Wyverns over here, the one on the left is going to fire Heavy Bolter into my Scout. He's going to fire his main gun into my Hellblast over here. So we'll have Heavy Bolter first. He's going to hit on 4s, getting 1 hit, wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP -1, +1 because he's in cover, looking for a 4-up save. Nope, he is dead. And now the main gun shots. 4d6 shots coming in here. So we're going to have 11, 12, rerolling because of Catachan there, back into a 1. So it's still going to be 15 shots. All right, these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 6 hits. These are going to be strength 4, wounding on 4s. Getting 3 wounds so far, but they get to re-roll wounds. Getting an additional wound there, so that is 4 wounds. AP nothing, so looking for 2-up saves. Yep, make them all. Thankfully, there was no AP on there. All right, so the second Wyvern is going to fire Heavy Bolter into my Devastator squad, and then he's going to fire the main gun into my my Hellblasters down here. So we're going to go with the Heavy Bolter first, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits, strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Getting, re-roll that one, that's cocked. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, 3-up save. He's good. And then 46 shots from the main gun there. So that's going to be rerolling because of Katachan. Onto a 2. It's still better than nothing, so 15 shots again. All right, so 15 shots hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so 6 hits again. So these are going to be wounding on 4s. Rerolling wounds because of it being a wyvern. So getting 5 wounds there. These are going to be looking for 2-up saves. And I make them all. Woo! All right, so now the last wyvern is going to swap it around a bit. He's going to put the heavy bolter into my hellblasters here, and then the main cannon into the devastators. So we're going to go with the heavy bolters first into the hellblasters, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, that is 2 wounds. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 2 3-ups. And I'll make them both. And now the main gun is going to fire into my devastators, so 4d6 shots. He's going to reroll because of Katachan there into a 1, so that is going to be 15 shots again. That seems to be the going rate. So 15 shots hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, 8 hits this time. These are strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so getting 3, 4, 5 wounds there. 5 2-up saves. Failing 2 of them. I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll one of those. All right, so saved 1, so 1 will be dead. Do I get that command point back? I do not, so I'm down to 9. And does he get 1 because he has the Aquila? No, does not. All right, so now the guard squad in front here is going to fire into my scout squad here. These are going to be 19 shots because they are in rapid fire range, and the sergeant has a las pistol. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so 12 hits. These are wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. Killer, man. So that's going to be 7 wounds there. Right, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, 7 wounds. So these are going to be 7 wounds. AP -0, so looking for 3-ups because they are in cover there. Failing 2 of them. All right, so now the squad back there is going to fire them. 1 is going to fire a crack grenade, which will be the green die. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, so getting 4 hits, including the crack grenade there. These are going to be wounding on 5s and 3. All right, so getting 1 and 1. The crack grenade is AP -1, so looking for +1 because of cover, 4-up save for that one. Making that one, and then looking for a 3-up save for the las gun shot. Nope, failed that one. Now that squad back there is going to fire into my scouts up here. So we have 6 guys plus the guy with the grenade who's going to shoot a crack grenade. These are hitting on 4s. All right, getting 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Making them both. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into this scout squad. They've got 16 shots because 3 of them are outside of rapid fire range. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so 10 hits, wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 10? Gross. All right, so we have 8 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3 of them. All right, these 2 guys are going to fire into the scout squad up here. So plasma cannon is not going to supercharge, so getting 3 shots. These are re-rolling. It's Katachan. So getting 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on. Did they move?
Yes, they did.
They did move, so hitting on 5s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3 +1 because they are in cover means that they are going to be having 2 6-up saves. Nope, fail them. They are dead. All right, and that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 1. I have to take a leadership test for my dude bros up in here. So they lost 2 guys. 2 + 6 would be running. Rerolling because of and they shall know no fear. And they definitely know no fear with that one. And then my scouts over here lost 3. Plus, come on, Phil Faces, why are you coming up now? Into a 1 again, so they are good to go as well. Jenkins saves them in the end. So that is it for the turn 1 Astra Militarum. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. Movement phase. My Hellblaster shuffled up a bit. Everyone actually down on the first floor kind of here shuffled up a bit. My Devastator stood still. My Whirlwind stood still. My Scout stood still. And these guys, he advanced up there. I spent a command point on Speed of the Raven. He just followed up behind him. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so start of shooting phase. My Hellblasters here are going to fire into his Hellhound. I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age, see if I get it back. I do not, so I'm down to 8. My opponent's going to try to get one of his Aquila. Does not get it. So they are going to supercharge as well, and they're going to fire into him. So we're going to start with the first guys. There's 8 guys there. They're all in rapid fire range, so these are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's 2 hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's 2 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's a hit. Rerolling because of Azrael. And rerolling because of Azrael. All right, so those are all hits. That's going to be 16 hits here. Strength 8. Looking for 3s to wound. Getting all but 3 wounds. So that is going to be 13 wounds. AP minus 4. Those are just going to go straight through, right? Yeah. So, yeah, he is way dead. That's 3 damage apiece. So does he explode on a 4-up, right? That's the special rule? He does explode. So he's going to spend a command point to re-roll that. Into a 1, so it doesn't explode, but do you get your command point back because of your Warlord trait? No, it does not. So my opponent is down to, he's down to 11 command points, and I am down to 8. All right, so now my land speeder here, because he used Speed of the Raven, is allowed to shoot as though he had just moved, so he's going to fire everything into that front squad there. We're going to go with the Heavy Flamer first. It's D6 hits. 1 hit. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Let's see if I get the command point back. I do not. Cool, perfect. And my opponent does get one from that. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so 1 hit, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP minus 1, ignoring cover. So that's just going to the front guy over there. Nope, he is dead. All right, so now the assault cannon is going to fire in there, hitting on 4s because he moved. All right. These are now strength 6, looking for 2s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master. So that is going to be 5 wounds at AP minus 1. So 5, what does it become? 6-up saves. Making 1, so 4 are dead. Now my Talon Master is going to fire his twin assault cannon into this squad, twin heavy bolter into that squad. So we're going to go with the twin assault cannon first. These are going to be hitting on 4 because he moved. All right. Not bad. These are going to be wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that is 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds. AP minus 1 and ignores cover because his rule is Ravenwing units within 6 inches of himself, including himself there, ignore cover. So this is going to be 7 6-up saves. Failing all of them, so that unit is white. And now the twin heavy bolter is going to fire into the squad back there, hitting on 4s again. All right, getting 2 hits, wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds, AP minus 1, so 2 6-up saves on the back squad here. Making both of them killer. These guys here are going to fire their bolters into them. 2 shots, 2 hits. That is 2 wounds, AP nothing, so 2 5-ups. Failed 1 of them. All right, so my las cannons here are going to fire into his Plasmacutioner over there. So we've got 3 shots hitting on 3s. All right, that is 3 hits, strength 9, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the lieutenant down there. So that is 2 wounds at AP minus 3, so 2 6-up saves. Failing them both, so we've got 2 D6 wounds, 4 wounds. Now my Whirlwind's going to fire into his Plasmacutioner over there, so it's going to be heavy 2D3 shots. getting 3, 4, 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Strength 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -1, so we've got 2 4-up saves. Makes 1, fails 1, 2 more damage onto him. All right, Azrael is going to fire into this squad over here. He is going to supercharge with his plasma, hitting on a 2. Rerolling because of himself. Don't do this to me, Azrael. Don't do this to me. Oh, thank you. All right, that's a hit. Strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3. So it's what? They've got a 4-up or 3-up save. 1 second. All right, they've got a 4-up save, so that's going to go straight through, becoming 2 damage.
All right.
And my lieutenant with the Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle is going to fire into them, so that's 2 shots. That is 1 hit, rerolling because of Azrael. That's 2 hits. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -0, so 2 4-up saves. Fate, making them both. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 2. All right, in the middle of his movement phase, this guy is important. He dropped in here with one of his what are they called? The Scion squads. I decided to intercept with my Hellblasters. He didn't get any command points from me. I didn't get mine back, so they are just going to fire in here. So I'm not going to supercharge. These are going to be all rapid fire, hitting on 4s because it's AP. It's -1 to hit. Rerolling 1s and 2s, so these 3s are out because rerolls happen before before modifiers. So those are there. Reroll. All right. So getting 1, 2, 3, a bunch here. These are all AP -4, so 8 AP -4. They are dead. Right? Do you have invul saves? Do you have invul saves? Oh, that's right. I've got a wound. Sorry. 7's looking for 2s to wound. Sorry, my bad. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at AP -4. Now they're dead. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 2. This squad over here stood still. Commander stood still. These guys stood still. All of his artillery stood still. That commander stood still. These guys up here moved up. This squad over here stood still, as well as the commander there, the tank commander, and the astropath. These guys moved up over this way. These guys had shuffled around to make room for them to move up that way. And out of deep strike, these guys and these guys are still around. That squad, the first squad that dropped right over here, is dead. So that is it for the, and these guys in front here moved up closer to this little castle here. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, he is going to try to put psychic barrier onto the tank there, looking for 6. No, not getting it. Are you going to spend a command point again?
Yes.
He's going to spend a command point again. Back into a 1. Nothing there. Do you get the command point back at least? Nope. All right, that was very Phil of you. All right, so now starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire their plasma cannons into my speeder over here. So he's going to fire both of them. He's going to supercharge. So white will be the one in the front, green will be the one in the back. So the number of shots they get, D3 shots, is 2 shots each. So we're gonna have 4 total shots here. These are going to be hitting on, they move, so hitting on 4s, right?
5s.
Hitting on 5s, sorry. Ooh, okay. So that guy in the back there takes 2 mortal wounds, right? Isn't that, or is it just, oh, it's just slain. Oh, the front guy is just slain because of those 2. But the other guy does get 2 hits, which is pretty good. Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -3, so 4-up Jinx save because he advanced. And he's good. All right, so now he is going to fire his main cannon into the Hellblasters, heavy bolter into the Devastator squad here. So the heavy bolter hitting on 4s because he moved, 5s because he moved, so that's 1 hit. That is not a wound. And then 2d6 shots from the flamer, rerolling because of Katachan into a 3, so that's going to be 8 total hits. All right, so 8 hits, looking for strength 6, right? So looking for 3s to wound. So that is going to be 3, 6 wounds over here. These are going to be 6 AP -1, +1 because they're on cover, so 6 3-up saves. Failing 3 of them. They are 1 damage apiece, correct? 1 damage apiece. So that is 1 guy dead and 1 is wounded. All right, the tank commander here is going to fire everything into my Hellblasters over here. He is going to supercharge everything. So we're going to go with the main cannon first. So it's going to be, because he didn't move, 2d6 shots. All right, rerolling because of Catachan, so it's going to be 8 shots. All right, so 8 shots, hitting on 4s because he's down a profile over here. Okay, so he's going to be taking 2 mortal wounds from those 2 1s, so he's down to 4, but he gets a bunch of hits, which is pretty good. So these are now going to be strength 8, wounding on 2s. Okay, so that is 5 wounds there. AP -3, so 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. And I failed 3 of them, so that's going to be 3 dead Hellblasters. All right, and here come the plasma cannons. So we're going to have 3, 4, 5 shots. So there's going to be 5 shots hitting on 4s as well. Okay, so getting 2 hits, but no mortal wounds. This is pretty good for him. Ooh, no wounds. And the heavy bolter. That is 1 hit. 1 hit there. That is a wound, though. But that is a save. All right, so now his Master of Ordnance is going to fire his once per game shot into my Hellblasters over here. So it's heavy D6. Gonna have 5 shots, which is pretty good here. These are gonna be hitting on 4s because he doesn't have line of sight onto them. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits. Strength 8, so these are going to be wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds, AP -2. +1 because they're in cover, so we've got 3 4-up saves. Failing 1 of them, D3 damage. D3 damage, right? Yeah, so 1 damage. All right, starting with that Basilisk on the left, he's going to fire into my land speeder in the front here. So, taking the highest shot, so it's going to be 5 shot, rerolling because of Catachan. So he's going to have 5 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 3 hits. These are strength 9, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP what is it again? 3, so looking for a 4-up jinx save. Making 1, failing 1, so D3 wounds. Taking 2 wounds. And now the one in the middle is going to shoot into him over here. Getting 5 hits, rerolling because of Catachan there. That guy is dead. So 5 shots again. These are going to be, again, hitting on 4s. 5 shots hitting on 4s. Okay, getting 1 hit. That is going to be wounding on a 3. That is a wound. 4-up invul save. Making that one. Woo! This squad of Scout Sentinels is going to fire into my land speeder over here. We've got the 2 multi-lasers and the 1 autocannon here. These are all going to be hitting on 5s because they moved. Getting 1 multi-laser hit. No wound, though. All right, so now this squad here who got the order first rank fire, second rank fire, are going to fire into him. Before you say anything, he did make the order at the beginning of the phase, but there's nothing in there that says that they have to be the first ones to shoot when they get the order. So he did the order at the right time, and then they can shoot whenever. I mean, we looked into it. There's nothing that says they have to shoot, just that the order has to be given, and it just affects their weapons there. So they are going to fire into my land speeder over here. So we've got 27 las gun shots here, hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so these are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. These are going to be 6 AP nothing, so 6 3-up saves. Failing 1 of them. And then the crack grenade, that is a hit.
3 up.
Looking for 3. That is a wound. AP -1, so 4-up save. No, failed that. D3 wounds. 1 wound. The squad inside the building here is also going to fire into my land speeder here. So we've got 8 las gun shots plus a crack grenade hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 5s and 3. Getting 2 wounds with the las guns there. Looking for 3-up saves. Making 1 of them. All right, so now these guys are going to fire into him over here. So all of them are in range. So we've got 8 guys with the las gun shots and the crack grenade hitting on 4s. So these are, now that's going to be 5 hits there. These are wounding on 5s, getting 1 wound, 3 up save. No, I'm going to spend Azrael's free reroll. And he's good. All right, so starting with these guys, the guy on the right there, you spend a command point or 2 command points at the beginning of the game to give him +1 ballistic skills, or at the beginning of the phase, whatever it is, beginning of the something, not the turn, not the game. Anyway, he's got a +1 ballistic skill. He's going to fire his main cannons into my Hellblasters back here and the heavy bolters into my land speeder. So we're going to go with the heavy bolters first, hitting on 3s because he didn't move, so that's 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves, and I'll make them both. Another main gun, 46 shots. So that's going to be re-rolling because of Catachan. All right, so that is going to be 19 shots. All right, so 19 shots hitting on 3s because this is the one with the +1 ballistic skill. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 9 hits here. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling because of it being a wyvern. So getting all but 1, so that is going to be 8 wounds. 8 AP nothing, so 8 2-up saves. And I make them all. Woo! All right, so now the wyvern in the middle there is going to fire his main gun into my devastators, and he's going to fire the heavy bolter into my land speeder here. So we're going to go with the heavy bolter first, hitting on 4s. So that is 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, looking for a 4-up save. Yeah, he's good. And then 4d6 shots. Re-rolling one of those because of Catachan. So that is 4 over there. So that is going to be 17 shots. All right, so we have 17 shots. These are hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 10 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. All right, so that is re-rolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so that is going to be 7 wounds there. 7 2-up saves. And I make them all. And then the last wyvern there is going to fire the main cannon into my Hellblasters and the heavy bolter into my land speeder here. So we're going to go with the heavy bolters first. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. AP -1. Looking for a 4-up. No, I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that with the what? 1 second. All right, here we go. Re-rolling with the command point because the other re-roll I did was free re-roll from Azrael over there. So re-rolling with the command point. Yeah, and he's good. And do I get the command point back? I do not. So I am down to 3, but yeah, he's still alive. All right, so now into my Hellblasters here with 46 shots. Re-rolling because of Catachan there, so he's going to have 16 shots. All right, so here we go. These are going to be 16 shots hitting on, these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so 6 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling because it's a wyvern. All right, so getting 5 wounds there. 5 2-up saves. Failing 1. And now his last basilisk there is going to fire into my land speeder here. So 2d6, rolling 2d6, re-rolling because of Catachan. Into another 1, so that's going to be 5 shots now. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 9, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 1 4-up save. Yeah, he's good. All right, so now the Scion squad here is going to fire into my Hellblasters. The greens are going to be the plasma cannons. White is going to be the hotshot las gun. So we're going to go with the plasma cannons first. They are going to supercharge. So the first guy hitting on 3s, right? So no hits, but doesn't die, which is pretty good. And then the next one does kill himself, but gets 1 hit. So that's going to be strength 8 because he did supercharge, but let's do the hotshot las guns as well. 1 hit from there. So these are going to be strength 8 and strength 3, right? So looking for 5 to wound on the white, looking for 2 to wound on the green. All right, so we got 1 wound from the green, 4-up invul save because of Azrael, and he's good. All right, then this squad of Scions, the two melty guns are going to fire into my whirlwind here, and then the two hotshot las guns are going to fire into my devastators over here. So we're going to go with the two melty guns, getting 1 hit from the melty gun, strength 8, so looking for a 3 to wound. No wound. And then the two hotshot las guns, getting 2 hits, getting 1 wound, AP -3, +1 because they're in cover. I'm going to do it on the guy down here, so we're going to give a 4 up invul save. Yeah, he's good. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, this squad is going to charge into my land speeder. I'm going to overwatch first with the heavy flamer, getting 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master. Okay. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, so a 6 up save. Nope, 1 guy is dead. And then we have the assault cannon firing in here, looking for 6s. Getting none there, so they need a 6-inch charge to make it in, and they make it in. And now these guys are going to charge into my Hellblasters, so I've got 3 guys left there. So we're going to have 6 shots hitting on 6s, not going to supercharge. Rerolling because of Azrael. Getting 2 hits. These are strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Okay, back into a 1, so that's 1 wound at AP -4. So that's going to take him, he takes another wound. But their charge distance is coming right here. Getting 7 inches, that should get them in. All right, so we're going to start off the fight phase with this guard unit into my land speeder here. It's 10 attacks because the sergeant gets 2 attacks base +1 for the chainsword. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, missing 3 of them, not bad. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 2-3 wounds there. 3 up armor saves. Failing 1. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that one. Oh, and I failed it. Do I get the command point back? I do not, so I'm down to 2 command points. Down to 2 command points. Does he explode? Whoop. He does not. And now these guys are going to attack into my Hellblasters. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Getting 3 hits. These are now strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. And a failed 1. And now my Hellblasters are going to attack back, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right. Strength 4, looking for toughness. What are they, 5? Or toughness 4? Toughness 5. So looking for 5s to wound. All right. Getting 2 wounds. AP nothing, so 2 4-up saves. Failing 1. All right, that is the end of the Astra Militarum turn here. At the end, I do have to take a leadership test with my Hellblasters. They lost 5 guys, so 5 plus 5 would be a fail, plus rolling again. 3, 5. The sergeant's still there, so he is good to go. So that is it. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. My lieutenant here moved up towards this squad here. The Hellblasters stayed in combat with them. Azrael moved up an inch away from them. Devastator stood still. Lieutenant here moved up towards these guys. Whirlwind stood still. Scout stood still. In dropped my my reavers over here, 9 inches away from them, and my Talon Master advanced up towards them over there, and then advanced towards them up there, and I spent a command point on Speed of the Raven. Did not get my command point back, so I am down to 2 command points. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angels move phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so my reavers are going to start us off by firing the heavy bolt pistols into the squad there. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits, wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP -1, so 2 6-ups. Making 1, failing 1. Scouts here are going to fire their bolters into that squad there. Getting rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve, so that's 2 hits. Getting 2 wounds, 2 5-up saves. Making 1, failing 1. These guys are going to shoot their pistols into them. Rerolling because of Azrael. Wounding on 5s. Not getting anything. Now Azrael's going to fire into the squad over here. Green is going to be the plasma profile. Red is going to be the mastercrafted bolter. These are going to be hitting on 3s because it's -1 to hit because of not getting to reroll 2s. That's because that's what it is. All right. Lieutenant here is going to fire into them with his mastercrafted auto bolt rifle. That is 2 hits. That is rerolling 1s because of himself. That is 2 wounds. AP nothing, so 2 5-ups. Failing them, 4-ups, so 1 failed there. And he is going to fire his last pistol, his plasma pistol into them over here. So 1 shot. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -3, so 1 of them is dead. All right, my last bros are going to fire into the Hellhound over here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. So that is 2 wounds, AP -3, so 2 6-up saves. Failing them both, so that is going to be 2 D6 wounds. Getting 9 wounds. I'm going to spend a command point on this. Yes, I'm going to spend the command point on this. Do I get it back? I do not. And my opponent actually gained a command point from that. And now my Whirlwind is going to fire into the Hellhound over here. He's going to have 2 D3 shots. All right, getting 3, 4, 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, those are all hits. Strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. All right, that is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP -3 wounds, AP -1. So it's going to be 3 4-up saves. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so 3 4-up saves. Failing 2 of them and 2 damage apiece. He is dead. Does he explode? Oh, it's just 6 inches. No, he does not. All right, so now my Talon Master there is going to fire his twin heavy bolter into the commander, twin assault cannon into the squad in here. So we're going to go with the one into the squad first. These are hitting on 4s because he moved. All right. So that is going, these are now going to be wounding on 2s. That is 5 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. Oh, he ignores cover, so it's going to be 5 6-ups. Making 1, failing 4. All right, and now the heavy bolters into the commander there. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds, AP -1. So 5-ups. 5-up invul saves. Making 2 of them, taking a wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Azrael's going to charge in over here. He is in. All right, so now my lieutenant here is going to charge into these guys. So we're going to have yellow is, or the white's going to be the hot shot shots. Hot shot shots, easy for me to say. Hot shot shots, and then the greens are going to be the plasma, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hot shot in there. Strength 3, so looking for a 5 to wound. No wound there. His charge distance is totally in. And now this lieutenant is going to charge into these guys over here. We're going to have the 2 Melta and the 3 hot shots. No in there. Their charge distance is 6 inches is in. And now my reavers are going to charge into this squad over here. He's going to fire Overwatch. Hitting on 6s, getting 1 las gun shot. That is not a wound though. They need a 9-inch charge to get in. I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll one of these. Yeah, and he gets it in. Do I get the command point back? I finally get 1 back. And my opponent gains 1 too. And now my Talon Master is gonna charge into the 2 basilisks over there. So he's gonna have the 2 heavy flamers onto them first. These are gonna be 2d6 hits. Getting 10 hits. All right, so these are gonna be 10 shots. Wounding on 5s because he's tough 6. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds there. AP -1, so we got 5, 3, 4-up saves. Failing 4 of them, so he's down to 2 wounds. And here come the main gun shots overwatching. All right, rerolling because of Cat-chan. So it's going to be 5 shots from each. All right, and these are now going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. So this is, he's going to spend a command point to reroll one of them. Nope. Does he get his command point back? He does not. So now he's going to have the 1 hit there. This is going to be strength 9, so looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. 4-up invul save because he advanced. Whoop. He's good. And now his charge distance. Yep, is totally in. All right, so starting off the fight phase, my lieutenant over here is going to attack into them. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay, so that's 2 wounds at AP minus 3. So those just go straight through. So that's going to be 2 dead guys. All right, so now Lieutenant here is going to attack into them. 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Getting rerolling 1s because of himself. That is 3 wounds. AP nothing on these ones. So that's 3 4-ups, right? Yep. Making all of them. Well done. All right, so now Azrael's going to attack in here. He's got 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. He's got strength plus 2 on his weapons. So these are going to be strength 6, toughness 5. So looking for 3s to wound. All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds there at AP minus 3. So those are just going to go straight through, right? So it's D3 wounds apiece here. So the first one is 2 wounds. So that's the 1 guy dead there. He does not explode. So then we've got on to the next guy over here. He's got 6 wounds, right? So we're going to do 2 at a time. We'll just see what happens here. So D3 each. So that is, 3, and he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And then D3 onto the last guy. 2 wounds onto him. Killer. And now my reavers are going to attack into his dude bros over here. So we've got 16 attacks because they are 2 base each, except for the sergeant's 3 base, plus 1 because of their combat knives. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wow, doing real well there. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. That is not doing as good there. So that is going to be 4, 6, 7 wounds. AP nothing. So these are going to be 7 5-ups. Failing all but 2 of them, so that's going to be 5 dead guys. All right, so now my Talon Master is going to attack into the front basilisk there. I've got 5 attacks because he's got the Heavenfall Blade. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Okay. Strength plus 2 becomes strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP minus 3. 1 6-up save. No, D3 wounds. Getting 1 wound. And now my Hellblasters are going to attack into his Scout Sentinel over here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, these are now strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound there. And no save, so he's down to 3 wounds. All right, now he's going to attack back with his Sentinel over here. That is a hit. That is not a wound. The sergeant over here is going to attack, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. 4s. Oh, wounding on 4s. Because of Catachan, he's going to be wounded on 4s. I forgot about that. plus 1 strength. So that is 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. And make it on both. All right, and his sergeant back here is going to attack into my guy over here. So he's got, he's going to have hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Wound on 5s. No wound. And now this squad's going to attack in. The greens are going to be the sergeant with the power sword hitting on 4s. All right, getting 2 hits there. 1 and 1. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 regular wound in there. 3-up armor save. Yeah, he's good. Now the company commander is going to attack into my Talon Master over there. Hitting on 4s or 3s. Hitting on 3s, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on tough strength 3, right? So wounding on 6s. Getting no wounds. And the 2 basilisks there are going to attack back. 3 attacks each. So that is going to be 1 hit. Strength, what is it? 6. Strength 6, so looking for a 4 to wound. That is no wound. All right, so that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. Morale test that will be taken. He is going to spend 2 command points over here. He got to keep he rolled there and got 1 of his command points back. So it cost him 1, but he is sticking around over here. This squad lost 4. He is going to spend, what is it called? To the end?
Fight to the death.
Fight to the death. So he rolls a D3 instead of D6 for their morale test. So They lost 4 guys. 4 plus 2 is 6. They are good to go. And then does he get the command point back? He does get his command point back for that. And then these guys back over here, they lost 3 guys. So 3 plus... did they roll? Yeah, 3 plus D6 plus 6 is 9. So he is failed. So he is running away. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum. This Scion squad fell out of combat with him. Whatchamacallit, dude bro fell back over here. The Scout Sentinel fell back over here. His commander fell back out of combat over here. These guys moved over this way. His commander fell back out of combat. That Basilisk moved over there, making room for these 2 guys to fall back out of combat from my Talonmaster. The squad in the building stood still. The Wyverns stood still over there. This squad stood still over here. This squad actually moved over a little bit over this way. And this squad, he stood still, they stood still, and he stood still. And that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you at the psychic phase. All right, so now he is going to cast Smite onto my Talonmaster over there. He only gets 1d6 because he's an Astropath. So looking for a 5. Getting at that, so D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that into a 2 mortal wounds, and he is dead. Does he explode? He does. We'll come back to that. All right, so just that Wyvern over there suffers a mortal wound. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his tank commander here is going to shoot everything into my Hellblasters over here. So he is going to supercharge. So we're going to go with the main gun first. So it's 2d6 shots. So there's going to be 8 shots that he is going to have here. All right, so these are going to be hitting on 4s now because he's down to his 2nd profile. He will be taking 1 mortal wound, so he's down to 3. These are now on 4s to hit, so that's going to be 4 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. And make one of them, fail one of them. So I think one of them has a wound on him left, so he is dead regardless. And now the sponsors are going to fire. So this is going to be 3, 4, 5 shots. All right, so now his sponsors are going to fire. So we had a discussion about this, and we looked it up in the book. That mortal wound that he took from his main gun dropped him down to 3 wounds, which is dropping him down to his 3rd profile, which would hurt his ballistic skill. And we were talking about this because the rule for the mortal wound says after all the shots for this weapon have been resolved. So we resolved all the shots for the top weapon, and he took the mortal wound. But now he's shooting the side sponsons. And in the book, it says when you resolve shooting for the gun, when you go through like the whole process for shooting, going through there, it's assumed that each shot is done 1 at a time, and that you can fast ice as long as everything's the same. But now his ballistic skill is worse when he's shooting with the guns. We know that with range, you choose range at the beginning of the shooting with a unit, so range can't be shot out of. But we weren't sure about the ballistic skill here. But looking at the rules, it looks like because his ballistic skill dropped now onto the next weapon, his next weapon is going to be hitting on 5s instead of 4s because he got dropped in the profile. So if anybody knows, I need to see, because we looked through the FAQ, we looked through the rule book. If you guys have a specific place that says otherwise, we would love to hear it. But with our reading of the rules, it looks like he is now at ballistic skill 5 because he lost the ballistic skill now shooting at the next weapon here. So the sponsors are now going to fire over here into the Hellblasters. So these are going to be hitting on 5s. So getting 2 hits there. These are now strength 8 because he's supercharging, looking for 2s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 3. 4-up invul save because of Azrael. And he's good. And now the 3 heavy bolter shots hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is no wound. All right, so now his Basilisk here is going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. This is the one that was not in combat, so he just moved, so he's going to be at -1 ballistic skill. But he did get him aerial spotter at the beginning, so that he will have a reroll of his hits here. So we're going to have 2d6 shots, or d6 shots, but 6 is going to be the highest he could possibly get there. So he's going to have 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s because he moved. So they're going to be hitting on 5s, re-rolling. All right, so getting 3 hits, which isn't bad. Re-rolling, though, because of aerial spotters. Okay, so still getting the 3 hits. These are now going to be strength 9, so wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds. 3. 4-up invul saves. Making 2, failing 1. D3 wounds. Getting 1 wound. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into my reavers. He gave them the order first rank fire, second rank fire. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. I'll come back to that. All right, so 15 hits. These are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, we'll come back to that. Getting 3 wounds here. These are going to be AP nothing, so looking for 3-ups. And I'll make them all. And the crack grenade from that squad does not hit. All right, so he is going to, his heavy armor sentinel's going to fire into my reavers over here. So D3 shots with his plasma cannon. He is going to supercharge, so it's going to be 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he didn't move. Getting 1 hit and 1 miss. That doesn't explode, so that's pretty good. Wounding on a 2. No wound. All right, so the squad in there is going to fire into them. There's 4 guys with las guns that are in range, and then 1 guy with the grenade is going to fire a frag grenade. So he gets 1 shot with that. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, so getting 3 total hits. All of these are strength 3, so all of these wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 3-up save. No, failed that. And the wyverns over here, we're going to start with the one on the left. He is going to fire his main gun into the hellblasters here. Heavy bolter into my reavers over here. So we're going to go with the heavy bolter first. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. 4-up save. He's good. And the main gun at 46 shots. Re-rolling because of Katachan there. So that is going to be 18 shots. All right, these are going to be hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. Getting 9 hits, exactly statistical, pretty good. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. All right, re-rolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so all but 1, so that is going to be 8 wounds, right? Yep. So 8 wounds coming at you right over here. Looking for 2-up saves. Making them all. All right, the next one's going to do the exact same thing. Heavy bolters, main cannon, heavy bolter first. Getting 2 hits. Getting 1 wound. And 1 save with a fill face. Woo! All right, and that's the main cannon's shots there. So that's going to be, he's going to re-roll 1 of those because of Katachan into a 5. Pretty good. So that's going to be 11, 14, 17 shots. All right, these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, 12 hits. Definitely not statistical. Wounding on 4s. All right, re-rolling because he is a wyvern. Woo, really good there. So missing 1 of those, that's going to be 11 wounds. All right, so 11 wounds into them. 2-up armor saves. And I make them all. Woo! And the third wyvern is going to do the exact same thing. Heavy bolters, main cannon. So we're going to go with the heavy bolters first. Whoop. Falling out of the hand there. All right, so we're getting 1 hit. Getting no wound. And the main cannon. All right, so re-rolling because of Katachan. Into a 3, so that's going to be 12 shots. All right, so 12 shots hitting on 4s. Okay, so getting 4 misses there. And these are now going to be wounding on 4s as well. Re-rolling because it being a wyvern. All right, so getting 5 wounds. 5 2-up saves. And a failed 1. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. These guys are going to try to charge into my reavers. I'm going to fire Overwatch here. 5 pistols. Not getting any 6s there, so their charge distance is not in. So, what did you... 1 second. He's going to spend a command point to re-roll that into a 1. So he does not make it, but do you get your command point back?
Well, if I had my phone...
He does not, but he has plenty to burn. So that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. This lieutenant fell back over this way. My Whirlwind stood still. This lieutenant advanced up over here. Azrael and my Hellblaster stood still. My las cannons stood still. Scouts stood still. Reavers moved up over this way, and in from Deep Strike Reserve came my drop pod along with my Devastator squad with the multi-meltas. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, Azrael is going to supercharge into his Scout Sentinel over there. So 2 shots with his plasma gun, hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds at AP -3. 2 wounds apiece. He is dead. All right, my scouts here are going to fire into his sergeant down there. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. AP nothing, so 3 4-up saves because he's in cover. Failing all of them, so he is definitely dead. All right, my Reavers are going to throw a shock grenade into that squad there, and the others are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols in there. So the shock grenade, D3 shots, 2 shots going in there. These are going to be looking for 3s to hit. Oh no, do not get any hits there. Not great. Heavy bolt pistols, getting 3 hits. Getting 1 wound. AP -1, so 6 up. No, 1 guy dead. Sword bolter from a drop pod is going to fire into that squad of infantry. Hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounded on 3s. That is 1 wound. 5-up save. He's good. All right, so my last Hellblaster here is going to fire into the closest basilisk there. I am going to spend a command point on weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that command point back? I do with a fill face, so I still have my 1 command point. He did not get 1 there, so he's going to fire. He's going to supercharge, so he's going to be hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so I think it just goes straight through, and that is going to be 3 damage. All right, my lieutenant over here is going to fire into this Scion squad over here. 2 hits. 1 wound. AP nothing, so 4-up save. Makes it. All right, my las cannon bros here are going to fire all 3 shots into his back basilisk over there. So it's 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that is 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is cocked. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that is 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 6-up saves. Making 1, failing 1, D6 damage, doing 5 damage. All right, so now my Devastator squad here is going to fire. I'm going to have 1 guy fire into him, 1 guy fire into him, and then 2 guys are going to fire into the back guy back over there. One of the guys, the guy that's firing into him is going to have the Signum, and then the sergeant and the extra guy here are going to fire into that infantry squad there. So we're going to go with the 1. We're going to go left to right here. So we'll start with him. He's going to be hitting on a 4 because he moved and has a heavy weapon. That is a hit. Strength 8, looking for 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so that's just going to go straight through. So 2d6 because he's in half range over there. Getting 4 wounds onto him. All right, so now the guy shooting into here is going to be hitting on a 3 because he's got the Signum to give him +1 to hit. That is a hit. Wounding on a strength 8, toughness 8, so looking for a 4 to wound. That is a wound with a fill face. AP -4, so that's going to go through. So 2d, get back here. Doing 3 damage, so that is enough to kill him. Does he explode? He does not. And then the 2 guys here are going to fire into that back basilisk over here. So 2 shots hitting on 4s because they moved. Getting 1 hit. Strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. No wound. And then these guys are going to fire into them. So 3 shots hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP nothing, so 5 up. No, 1 dead. And now my Whirlwind is going to fire into his basilisk in the back over there, the wounded one. So he's going to have 2 D3 shots. Getting, 6 shots. Pretty good. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, all hits. Strength 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Oh, 3s to wound, they're toughness 6. Oh, toughness 6, so 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds at AP -1, so 4 4-up saves. Making 2 of them, so he takes 4 damage. All All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. My reavers are going to charge into his commander there and the infantry squad there. His commander missed on his overwatch, so now these shots are coming in from the command squad, the other squad there, hitting on 6s, getting 2 hits with las guns, looking for 5s to wound, getting no wounds there. Their charge distance is not in. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll this. Getting in with 7, and do I get the command point back? I do. All right, so now my guys here are going to start us off in the fight phase. The 4 guys here are going to go into his infantry squad there, and the 1 guy there is going to go into the into his commander there. So we're going to go with the 4 guys into the infantry squad. The sergeant has 4 attacks. Everyone else has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, and these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds, AP nothing, so 4 5-up saves. Making 1 of them, 3 are dead. And then 3 attacks into the commander there. All hits. 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Fails them both, down to 1. All right, so now the commander is going to attack back. Hitting on 3s. Getting 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. Wounded on 4s? Oh, Catachan. So he's wounded on 4s. So that is 2 wounds there. 2 3-up armor saves. Failing them both. Oh, man. And here come the attacks from the infantry squad there. Missing 1 attack there. These are now going to be wounding on 4s again because they're Catachan. Getting 3 wounds. 3 3-up armor saves. And I'll make them all. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. My opponent's going to spend the 2 command points to make them auto pass. Do they get him back? Do not get him back. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 4. These guys stood still within 6 inches of him because I forgot to charge my lieutenant like a fool. These guys all stayed in combat with them. All of his basilisks stood still. His wyvern stood still. This squad that's on the ground there advanced up over this way. The squad inside the building stood still. These guys moved up over this way a little bit. He stood still. His armor sentinel there stood still, and the troops there stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, psychic phase. He is going to smite into my Devastator squad here. 1d6. Does not get it. He's going to spend a command point to try it again. No, does not get it, but do you get your command point back? You do not. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, he is going to give the order from here to this squad, fix bayonets, so they will attack now in the shooting phase. These are hitting on 4s. Alrighty, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 3-up armor save. Yeah, he's good with a fill face. All right, starting off the shooting phase now, or I guess continuing with it. His armored sentinel is going to fire into my Devastator squad with his plasma cannon. So he's going to get 1 shot here. This is super chat re-rolling, so he's getting 2 shots. Not supercharged, so it's going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 4s because he didn't move. Getting 1 hit and 1 wound. AP -3, so 6 up. Show me that fill first. Nope, he did. All right, so now this science squad's going to fire. The 2 melta guns are going to fire into my whirlwind, and the hotshot las gun and las pistol are going to fire into the lieutenant. So the 2 melta guns hitting on 4s. Getting hitting on 3s because they're a science. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -4, so that's just going to go straight through. D6 wounds. 2d6. Well, roll 2d6, take the highest. So 3 wounds. And the hotshot shots. So 2 hits. No wounds. All right, his basilisk over here, he gave it aerial spotters again, so it's going to have re-rolled hits. They're going to fire into my devastators over here. So we're going to go with this is going to be re-rolling one of those rolls because of Catachan. So he's going to have 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he didn't move. Re-rolling. All right, re-rolling. Whew, 5 hits, real good. These are now strength 9, wounding on 2s. Wound on 2s. Getting 4 wounds. 4. 6 up saves because AP -3, right? So 6 up saves. Making none of them, so 4 dead guys. Last pistol from the company commander into him. That is a hit. That is not a wound. All right, the squad in the building there is going to be firing into my scouts over here. So we've got the 1 crack grenade, and the others are going to be las gun shots. Hitting on 4s. All right. Wounding on 3 and 5. No wounds. So the wyverns over here on the left is going to start us off. Heavy bolter is going to go into my devastator over here. Main gun's going to go into the squad over here with Jenkins. So we're going to go with the heavy bolter first. Hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting no wounds. All right, so these are the number of shots they're going to get into the squad there. So re-rolling one of them because of Katachan. Ooh, into a 6. Pretty good. So that is going to be 18 shots. All right, so here we go. These are going to be wounding on 4, or hitting. Still got to hit. Hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, 8 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling because he's a wyvern. All right, so getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds there. AP, nothing, so +1 because they are in cover. We are looking for 3 up saves. Failing 2! Oh, no, I can't do that, and that squad is wiped.
Jenkins, no!
The commander is going to shoot his pistol into the squad of reavers over here. That is a hit. And that is not a wound. All right, the sergeant's now going to fire his gun. That is not a hit. All right, the basilisk in the back there with 2 wounds left is going to fire into my hellblaster over here. So it's going to have 5 shots. These are going to be 5 shots. These are going to be looking for hitting on 6s, right? Yeah, 6s now because he's down his last profile. Getting 1 hit. There you go. Strength 9, so that's going to be wounded on a 2. That is a wound. 4 up invul save because of Azrael. No, goes through. D3 wounds. 1 wound. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that. Into 3 wounds, he's dead.
All right,
the center wyvern there is going to fire main gun into my devastators. Heavy bolter into my devastator over there. So, heavy bolter, getting 2 hits. Getting 2 wounds. Making 2 saves. And now the 4d6 shots into them. Rerolling one of those because of Katachan. So that is going to be 6, 7, 8. Looking for 13 shots here. All right, these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, not getting to reroll anything there. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Rerolling though because of wyverns. I knew there was a reroll somewhere in there. All right, so 4 wounds into them. 4 2 up saves. And I make them all. And now the last wyvern is going to fire the heavy bolter into the devastator over here, and the main gun into the devastators over here. So first the heavy bolters, getting 1 hit, getting 1 wound, getting no save, and the main gun getting to reroll one of those because of Katachan. Gonna have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shots. All right, so 11 shots hitting on 4s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s, getting rerolling because of wyvern, getting 1 wound, and he makes the save. And now the last basilisk over here is going to fire into my devastators. So rolling 2d6, choosing the highest, rerolling one of those because of Katachan, into a 6, so it's going to be 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he did not move. All right, getting 3 hits. These are wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. And I make them both. Woo! All right, so now moving into the fight phase. His company commander is going to start us off here. Hitting on 3s. All right, getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 4 because he's Katachan. No wound. All right, so now my my reavers are going to go. So 3 of the guys are going to go into his regular squad there, and then my sergeant's going to go into the commander. So we're going to go with the 3 into the regular squad there. It's going to be 9 attacks because they got 2 base plus 1 for the combat knives each, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. AP nothing, so 5 ups. Getting 1 save, so 4 are dead. And then the sergeant into the company commander. I've got 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Getting 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP nothing, so these are going to be 2 5-up saves. Oh, and he fails, and he is dead. All right, so now his sergeant gets to attack back into me. So 3 attacks here, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 4 because of being Katachan. No wound. And now his basilisk gets to attack back.
3 attacks.
Since I consolidated into him, 3 attacks. Getting no hits. All right, so that's the end of the phase. His sergeant there has to take a morale test. They lost 5 guys, or 4 guys, or 5 guys, and he rolled a 6. So he is running away. So that is it for the the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. No, that was the Astra Militarum turn. So we will come back to you after the with the Dark Angel's movement phase here on turn 4. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. My Devastator stood still. Azrael and my Lieutenant moved around over here. My Whirlwind stood still. My Lieutenant over here stood still. Drop Pod had to stay still, and these guys stayed in combat. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my las cannon bros are going to fire into the basilisk back there on full wounds. So 3 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling. That one's cocked. All right, so that's 2 hits. Re-rolling because of Azrael. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. So that is 3 wounds onto the Basilisk. AP -3, so 3 6-up saves. Making 1 of them, so 2 go through. 2d6 wounds. I'm going to spend a command point on this one. Into 4, so 7 wounds. Do I get it back? I do not, so I am out of command points, but he takes 7 wounds. All right, these guys are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols into the Basilisk there. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move in the movement phase. So that is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting nothing. Stormbolter from here into that squad over there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Making 1, failing 1. All right, my Whirlwind's going to fire into the Basilisk back there with 4 wounds left. So 2d3 shots. Getting 3 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's in his second profile there. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that 3 is not a hit, so that's 3 hits. Strength 7, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. So that is 2 wounds at AP -1. So that is 2 AP -1, so 2 4-up saves onto that Basilisk. Makes 1, fails 1, so down 2 wounds. And now Azrael's going to fire into the squad back here. He's going to fire both profiles, not supercharged. So with plasma first on 3s because he is firing both. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds at AP -3. So those just go through, and that will kill 2 of them. And now the bolters. That's not getting to reroll the 2, and that is a miss because it's -1 to hit. But that is a wound. AP nothing, so 4-up save. Oh, that's not a save, so that is another dead guy. And my Lieutenant's going to fire his plasma pistol into the last guy. That is a hit. That is a wound, AP -3, so he is just dead. All right, so now these guys are going to attack into his Basilisk there, the one with 7 wounds on his the turn there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All righty then. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP nothing, so 3 3-ups. Failing 1 of them. All right, so now these 2 guys are going to get to attack back. So because I consolidated into the one there. So it's going to be 4 attacks between them, hitting on 6s. No hits there. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 5. These guys stood still. His Armored Sentinel stood still. His commander here stood still. His Astropath moved up over this way. these two basilisks backed out of combat with my reavers. This basilisk stood still, so did his Master of Ordnance back over here. All three of his wyverns stood still. This squad of troops moved up over this way, and this squad stayed still inside the building. So that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, the astropath is going to try to smite into my my reavers over here. So let's see. Looking for a 5. Whoop, nope, with a 3. All right, the one basilisk over there that can still shoot is going to shoot his heavy flamer into my reavers and his main gun into my devastators over here. So we're gonna go with the heavy flamer first. D6, getting 1 hit, rerolling because of Catachan. Into a 1, so it's strength 5, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP -1, 4-up save. He's good. And then the shots into my devastators here. Rerolling 1 because of the Catachan. That's going to be 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. 4-up invul save. No, failed. 1 is dead. And now the wyvern on the left there is going to fire everything into my reavers. So we're going to go with the heavy bolter first. That is 3 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-ups. Failed them both. Dead guy. And now the main gun. That is going to be 13, rerolling 1 because of Catachan, so that is going to be 15 shots. 15 shots hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we have 9 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. All right, rerolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so 8 wounds into my guys over there. AP nothing, so 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3 of them. 2 dead guys. Second wyvern is going to shoot heavy bolter into my sergeant there. Main gun into my devastator. So heavy bolter hitting on 4s. 2 hits. That is no wound. 46 shots. Rerolling 1 because of the Catachan. All right, so that is going to be 20 shots. All right, 20 shots hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, we got 7 hits. These are now wounded on 4s. Rerolling because of him being a wyvern. All right, getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. 6 2-up saves. Make them all. And the last wyvern over there is going to shoot everything into my sergeant over there. So these are going to be the heavy bolter shots on 3s. That's all hit, or 4. Sorry, so that's 1 hit. Wounding on 3s is what I was trying to think of. 1 wound there. But a save with a fill first. 46 shots. Rerolling 1 because of Catachan. Into a 1, so that is going to be 3, 6, 10 shots. 10 shots hitting on 4s. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. All 6s hit. That was pretty good. Rerolling wounds because of it being a wyvern. So getting 6 wounds. 6 3-up saves. Failing 1 of them. And now this squad here is going to fire into my sergeant. So all but 2 are in rapid fire range. These are going to be hitting on 4s. We'll come back to that. And then these are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, getting 1, 2, 3 wounds. 3 3-up saves. And failing 1, he is dead. All right, his armored sentinel is going to fire into my drop pod over here. So D3 shots. Getting 2 shots. These are going to be not supercharged, right? Yeah. Not supercharged. So 2 shots hitting on 4s. That is 2 hits because he didn't move. They are going to be strength 7, toughness 6, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP -3, 6-up save. Nope, takes a wound. And the squad in the building there is going to fire into my Devastator squad over here. Green is going to be the crack grenade. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. And that's a save with a fill face. And now this squad's going to fire into my drop pod. All as shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. And then these are going to be wounding on 5s. Oh no, wounding on 6s. Because strength 3. Getting 2 wounds. Failed 1. And that is it for the Astra Militarum turn 4 here. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. Sorry, turn 5. All right, movement phase. Nobody's moving. All of these guys stood still over here. He has to stay still, and that is it. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off, my last cannon bros are going to fire one over here, one back there. So it's the two back ones there. The one on your, the one on the right there is going to be red. Green is going to be the one on the left. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, so we'll go with the one on the right first. So that's one right there. Yep, looking for a 6 up. No, that goes through. D6 wounds, 4 wounds. It is dead. And the next one, no, goes through. D6 wounds, 2 wounds. It is also dead. Do they explode?
The right will be the
would be the white one. No, neither of them explode, so they're just dead. And now my whirlwind is going to fire into his last basilisk over there. So 2d3 shots, getting 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Rerolling because of Azrael. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. That is 2 wounds at AP -1. So these are going to be 2 4-up saves. Into the basilisk there, 2 4-up saves. Failing them both, so it takes 4 damage. And my drop pod's going to fire into the squad over there. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. That is going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. And a save. All right, that is the end of turn 5. So we are going to roll to see if we go on to turn 6 here. And we do. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 6. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 6. His commander over here advanced up over here. The squad inside moved up over here. His sentinel stood still. Basilisk stood still. His Astropath stood still. This squad moved up over here. His warlord back there advanced up just out of 3 inches from the center of that objective, and then his wyverns all stood still, and the guys in the squad in the building here stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. Astropath's going to cast Psychic Barrier onto his basilisk there. Goes off with an 8. All right, so orders, he gave orders to run onto that squad there, so they just advanced and just dogpiled onto the objective over there. Now shooting, he is going to have his basilisk fire into my devastators up here. So this is going to be looking at rerolling one of those because of Katachan. So he's going to have 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s because he's in his final profile over there. Getting no hits. All right, so starting off over here, the wyvern on the left is going to pile everything into my devastators over here. So we're going to start with the heavy bolters first. 3 shots, hitting on 4s, getting 1 hit, wounding on a 3. That is not a wound. 46 shots, rerolling 1 because of Katachan, into a 3, so that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 shots. All right, so 19 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, I'll come back to that. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so there's going to be 3 wounds. 3 2-up saves. Making them all. Middle one, same thing, into my devastators. Here comes the 3 shots with the heavy bolter. Getting no hits. 46 shots. Rerolling 1 because of Katachan. So 4, 10, 14 shots. All right, 14 shots hitting on 4s. We'll come back to that. 7 hits. These are going to be wounded on 4s. Rerolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, so getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds there. 5 2-up saves. And I make them all. And the last one's going to do the exact same thing into here. Heavy bolters. Ooh, getting 3 hits. Wounded on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Failed 1. And 46 shots into them. Rerolling 1 because of Katachan. Ooh, man, 22 shots. All right, and these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, we got 14 hits here. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling because of it being a wyvern. All right, getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds over here. 7 2-up saves. Oh, failing 2. He is dead. And now his sentinel over here is going to fire into my drop pod over here. He's going to supercharge. So 3d6 shots. Getting 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. No hits, but doesn't blow up. And that is it for the Astra Militarum here on turn 6. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 6. All right, movement phase. These guys moved up over here. He moved up over there, and he stood still, as well as my drop pod. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, my Whirlwind's going to start us off by firing into his infantry squad over there. 2d3 shots. So getting 2, 3, 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's wounded. Re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds at AP -1. So 2 6-up saves onto them. No, 2 dead. And 2 shots from a drop pod over to them. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 2 regular 5-up saves. No, 1 is dead and 1 is alive. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 6. They rolled their leadership and they passed. So this is the end of turn 6. Will we go on to a turn 7? We will. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 7. And the movement phase, these guys moved up. All of them moved up here. Astropath moved up closer to my drop pod. His Scout Sentinel stood still. Basilisk stood still. Squad stood still over there, but his Master of Ordnance and the Commander moved up onto the objective, and his Wyvern stood still, and the squad in the building here stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. Right. Psychic phase, he is going to smite into my drop pod here. Does not get it. Starting off the shooting phase, Basilisk here is going to shoot into my Whirlwind over here. So, rolling 2d6, getting 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Because he is wounded. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP minus, he gets +1 to cover save because he's more than 50% obscured from him and he's on terrain. So he is going to get a AP minus 3 +1 gets a 5-up save. Whoop. Yeah, he's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, his Sentinel here is going to fire into my drop pod over here. Supercharging. Getting 2 shots. Getting 2 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 3, 6 up. Yeah, with that fill phase. Woo! All right, the Wyvern over there is closest to him, so he can't shoot at my character, so he's going to fire everything into him over here. So here comes the heavy bolters. Getting 2 hits, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP minus 1. Nope, that's not a save. The main gun, 4d6 shots, re-rolling 1 because of Katachan. Getting 3 there, so that's going to be 17 shots. So 17 shots hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, 8 hits. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Re-rolling because of it being a Wyvern. All right, getting all but 2, so that's going to be 6 wounds. Looking for 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. All right, this squad over here is going to fire into my drop pod. 16 shots, because all but 1 is in rapid fire range there. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Come back to that. These are going to be wounded on 6s. Getting no wounds. All right, so now this squad in here is going to fire into my Lieutenant. Crack grenade and 4 lasgun shots. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3 and 5s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 1, +1 because of cover. 3-up save. Yeah, he's good. Second Wyvern is going to attack everything into my drop pod over here. So heavy bolter first. Getting 1 hit. Getting 1 wound. Making a save though. And the main gun. 4d6 shots. All right, so that is going to be 18 shots. All right, 18 shots hitting on 4s. Come back to you with that. 13 hits, wounding on 5s. Re-rolling because of it being a Wyvern. And this Wyvern really does, the Wyverns really don't like my drop pod. Whew, okay. So that is going to be, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds into my Wyvern over there. So, 8 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3 of them. And yeah, he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And the last wyvern is going to shoot into Azrael now because he is in range and nothing else is blocking him there except for another character. But characters don't block characters anymore. So heavy bolter first. All right, that is 2 hits. That is 1 wound. AP -1, +1, looking for a 2-up. Yeah, he's good. And 46 shots, re-rolling 1 of those because of it being Catachan, so that's going to be 16 shots. All right, so 16 shots hitting on 4s. Come back to that. And 9 hits here. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling because it is a wyvern. All right, that is all wounds. So we've got 9 2-up armor saves coming at you. And I failed 2 of them. So that means he is down to 4 wounds. All right, and that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 7. So, and that is where we're going to call the game because there's nothing I can do to win this one. My opponent has first blood. We both have objectives, and I can't kill him off of that objective, and I can't get his warlord, and I've got no one in range to get line breaker. So it is an Astra Militarum victory. So very well fought game, a brutal game, bloody game. I've got, what, 4 models left on the table here? That was killer. Yeah, awesome that it came down to that one lesson. If it had ended on turn 5, I would have won because I had killed him off of the objective. On turn 6, if I had managed to kill off enough guys, it was close, but I didn't manage to do it. And if I had killed him off there, I also could have won it in turn 6, but it went to turn 7. He had enough guys, characters got on there that I just wasn't going to be able to take care of it. So, a killer, well-played game, a brutal game, a ton of fun, but an Astra Militarum victory. So, I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Max, and until next time, have fun.